This is the 77th edition of the Kojima Productions Report with your host Ryan Payton, and we're coming to you about 12 hours later than usual. Usually we upload the podcast on Thursday evenings in Japan, Thursday afternoons in Europe, and around in New York, and then by early morning in LA. But because of some kind of announcements that we had planned, we decided to delay the podcast so we can talk about a product that we're announcing in New York today, right, Christine?
Right.
And I think longtime listeners of the show will know what you represent, Christine. You know what Metal Gear product you're working on, so they probably know what you're going to announce. But can we talk about what you guys are doing in New York and what's coming?
Yes, our KDUS office, they're going to be making an announcement, as you mentioned, in New York about Metal Gear Solid Mobile for the U.S. market.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Wait, is that in U.S. or is it North American?
U.S.
Okay. So I'm joined here by Christine Kogure, or Atomic Piranha, as your Metal Gear name will now be, forever be. My co-host of the show, Mark McDonald, also known as Platypus Assassin, is out sick today.
Oh.
He's got something really bad.
Yeah, something nasty's been going around.
Yes, and it sucks because we have a lot of. He loves doing the letterbox, and we have so many good letters. So I'm kind of saving a lot of them until next week, where we can kind of plow through them. And we're gonna do a show that's basically themed based on this Metal Gear Solid Mobile announcement. Talk a little bit about the product. Maybe go over some facts and tell people what they can expect. The game has been released today in Japan, correct?
Yes, just today.
So you woke up in the morning and downloaded this game that you've been working on. Did you pay money for that?
Yes, I did.
You're a hardcore. So did it go live at 9 a.m. or how does that work?
Let's see. I heard the announcement. It was actually right before lunch, around 11:30.
Okay, and then so it went live at 11:30.
I'm not sure it's actually the exact start time, but that's when our team went over to the room and was checking it out with the download.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys all had your phones open and you're downloading.
Yeah, we're checking it out.
Paying money for a game that you guys have been working on for. Just too bad there's some kind of voucher system or something, but.
Actually, they can just buy the individual game, so that's actually what I did today, right before lunch.
Right on. So how does it look? How does it play?
It plays really great. Actually, I was when I first saw the game come together, I was really blown away by the graphics.
Right.
I mean, I was just so surprised how far mobile games have come.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was really exciting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's in full 3D. It takes advantage of a lot of the cool features of not only the Metal Gear Solid series, but of what cell phones can bring. Like we talked about last time, the camouflage system you can take.
Right.
You can use your cell phone camera if it does have a camera, right?
Exactly.
And you can take photos of different things with colors and use that color to get past different areas and things.
Right.
Which is very cool, and we got a really cool response from listeners. I thought that sounded really awesome.
I'm glad they're excited.
Yeah. So and at that time we couldn't announce that we were working on an English version of it, right? So we kind of had to skirt around that.
Right.
No problem there, but now we can kind of come clean.
Yeah, it's so exciting to be able to share this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So we don't have a release date for the U.S. just yet.
No, we don't have an exact date, but then we do know that it will be out for the first quarter of 2008.
Okay. So yeah, we're going through certification processes right now.
Right. And it's going to be a Verizon wireless exclusive.
Right.
Yeah.
So all you guys with iPhones and AT&T won't be able to download it. However, with AT&T, you can download the original Metal Gear, the MSX version, currently.
Right.
As well as Verizon, and I guess it's coming on T-Mobile pretty soon.
Yes, very soon.
So that's very cool. I mean, that's the real version of Metal Gear. This is not the Famicom or the NES version, which is actually not a true Metal Gear game. I don't know if you knew about this.
Not all the details, but
right. Yeah, not all the juicy details, but Mr. Kojima kind of. He basically ignores the fact that an NES version of that game ever existed.
Oh, really?
Because it was created, it was basically taken from him and developed by another team based on the original MSX version. And it's got a lot of, it doesn't really follow the canon story of Metal Gear, and you end up fighting a weird computer at the end, and there's some classic misspellings and stuff like that. But but it's still a very good game. It introduced me to Metal Gear way back in the day.
So your first experience was with the MSX version, or
it was actually the NES version?
Oh, the NES. I see.
At my friend Chief's house, we would play that over and over again, thinking it's great, and it still has a core Metal Gear gameplay, so it's not a bad version, but it still is kind of looked upon by our studios like the inferior version. So that's the good thing is that people who download for their cell phones.
Right.
You know, will get the true version.
Right.
And you know, I always made this joke that when I would meet Mr. Kojima for the first time, I would bring like the NES version of the game for him to sign, and just to see his face, because I think he would just sign it kind of reluctantly, because he's, you know, he really didn't have anything to do with it. But that would be mean. But even worse is to do Metal Gear 2, Snake's Revenge, which had nothing to do with Metal Gear at all. That's really the bastard child of the series.
And that was handled similarly to.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh.
And yeah, we definitely don't recognize that one. But moving on, we have a couple of points that we're allowed to talk about, I guess. One is that even if you don't have the camera function in your phone, you can still run the game.
Yes, because actually, although handsets, pretty much handsets these days, they all have cameras. However, not all handsets will support the camera function. And so just because you do have a camera doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to use that as part of the gameplay. But for all handsets, you'll be able to use the key input for controls. So
good deal. And so I think you're telling me earlier that the Japanese version is exclusive to KDDI, which is a provider here. It's got 5 different levels or 5 different sections of the game, and I think that's going to be basically what you're going to be getting in the US when it launches this in Q1.
Right.
So same version basically, right? Just language change.
Right.
It's got like the codec, it's got HIDECHAN and Snake, and myself and a good friend of mine, David Chen, we worked with you on the text, right? And we went over a lot of revisions.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
No, it was fun. You know, it's a very condensed story. We're used to working on stories that take literally months to edit.
I can imagine.
This was quite fun. You know, we can actually read through it.
Good to hear.
You know, the guys behind it, the original script were obviously Metal Gear fans. And I say that past tense, they may be sick of Metal Gear now. But Mr. Kojima, he also checked the story, and Mr. Matsana also checked the story. And so so David Chen and I, we went through it and made sure that it lines up with what's going on in MGS4. So in that sense, I think you're going to get a really cool representation of Metal Gear on the mobile phone.
And actually, reading through the revisions, I actually learned a lot too. It was very interesting.
Well, yeah, you learn how anal we are.
No, but then that's what it takes to like make a product like this, and yeah, we really appreciate that.
I mean, the capitalization of Foxhound. You know, for example, it's not just the capital F; it's all the letters are capitalized. All this stuff. Yeah. That I know only 5% of our fan base, you know, respects or even notices. We still do it. You know. Yeah,
consistency. Yeah. Right.
I mean, Zanzibar Land, it's not 2 words, it's 1. You know, these are the kind of things that we're trying to instill in the series and make, basically with MGS4, with David and I working on it, we wanted to make sure that we're kind of setting the precedence. Even though this is kind of like the last chapter in Snake's story, it's kind of late to do this now, but we really want to make sure that everything is you know, we're following all the rules, the grammatical rules, and so we're kind of setting the stage. This is the true canon. And so, yeah, again, it's not many people care, but we obviously do, and we think it's important for the series. So.
But I think like a lot of people, they may subconsciously notice these things. I think it's like the little things that make up the big picture. So I'm sure they appreciate your efforts.
Well, maybe. Well, it's true. You know, if you play something like, for example, if you played MGS Mobile and you noticed that, I don't know, the Emmerich was misspelled or something, you would know that it almost becomes like fan fiction or something. You know that's not official.
Right.
So. In that sense, yeah, I agree. You know, it is important. So, unless you have any other things any other like huge exclusives you can bring up on the show, I can move on to the mailbox. But anything else? This is your chance to sell millions of units of MGS Mobile.
Well, this is like my personal opinion, and I really enjoyed working on this game, and a part of working on this game was playing through it, and I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. And, you know, I'm so excited that we're going to be able to share this with the U.S. market. And, you know, I hope everyone's going to be just as excited and enjoy the game just as much as I did. And I hope that it'll live up to everyone's expectations. But, yeah.
I'm sure it will. It was in good hands. You know, we talked about this last time. But, you know, we had some guys that have worked on Metal Gear in the past, looking over and supervising it, making sure it feels and looks like Metal Gear. So... I'm excited. I can't wait to play. I wish I had a KDDI phone.
You can borrow mine.
Is that cool? Because I really do want to check it out. You gave me a version to play on my PC, like a really I think it was a beta version of it.
Right. And that was really early.
Yeah, it was early, but it's not the same. You know, it it's not as fun playing on your PC.
Exactly.
It's a mobile game.
Because made for mobile, so
Exactly.
you get the full experience on mobile.
Right.
So yeah, you can borrow it anytime.
All right, it's a deal. So moving on to the mailbox, which was the most popular feature of our show by far, and you can see why, because we have such great responses. And do you want to kick it off with Jerry in the U.S.? A very very heartfelt message from Jerry.
Sounds good. Okay, Jerry from USA. Why you do that? Now the demo don't going to out this February. Are you playing a joke? It's don't funny. It's not fair.
Yes, obviously Jerry is very upset, and that's not Christine's bad English by the way. So this is a true representation of his very hateful email. Basically, he's alluding to this demo that I guess we pulled back or we canceled of MGS4 apparently. But look, Jerry, buddy, friend, we never had any plans to announce it or to bring out the demo in February. It was just a rumor in a magazine that kind of every single website on the internet picked up, thinking that was true. So, I'm sorry you're disappointed, but again, it wasn't a promise that we didn't keep or anything like that. It's just
well, he can think of it this way: the anticipation will make the experience all that much more exciting when it does come out.
It's very positive. I like that.
But yeah, his emotion really comes through.
You could tell he was so pissed he didn't have time to check his grammar.
Oh,
He just I gotta get this out. So, sorry, Jerry. We want to move on to Boo Boo.
Boo Boo? Okay, Boo Boo from USA. Hey, Ryan, has your dad played any more of his PS3, and is he getting into Uncharted?
Good news, yes, he's played more of the PS3. Bad news, he hasn't played any more Uncharted. I brought this up because your mom is famously a hardcore gamer. My dad, unfortunately, has trouble guiding through the menus of the PS3.
Oh.
So, but he has been playing his PS3 mostly for Planet Earth, which is, as you guys know, it's a movie. So, not a whole lot of gameplay going on in the PS3, but this is good for the hardware. I mean, it's moving hardware units. Maybe not selling a lot of software, but he definitely enjoys it as a Blu-ray player. But how about your mom? What kind of hardcore title is she playing now? Because she was playing Resistance before.
That's the thing. What is it? I haven't talked to her lately, but I did recommend to her Assassin's Creed. When I went back, she's got this game room. Like seriously, like a 40-inch plus TV, like surround sound tweeters on the wall, like mounted on the wall, and yeah, it's like, can I move in, Mom? Again?
I love this section of the show. It's like, gamer parents. That's hardcore. It is.
I gotta actually bring some games over the next time I go home.
Well, ask her what she's playing, what she recommends.
Will do.
Ask her if she plays games on hard or extreme mode. I'm very curious. But so poor, Mr. Payton, not a whole lot of gameplay going on. So, moving on to Warrior in the UK.
Okay, hi guys. I meant to ask you something. This is something that has been on most of our minds a long time as EU gamers. Why do we get games usually last? Like some games EU gets months after US and Japan got it.
This is a good question. And I kind of brought this up because we were talking about MGS Mobile, which isn't announced for Europe. This is an interesting question because European gamers, a lot of them don't know why, even though this happens all the time. A lot of the most popular titles takes many, many months after release in Japan and the US to get to Europe. And I thought I would try to shed a little light on that subject. Maybe I can't tell all the reasons, but for one thing to kind of break it down simply, the Europe is not one country. That's probably the main issue. Like right. Japan is one country, United States is one country, but Europe, we have to obviously have to deal with the localization, distribution. It's broken up in different parts. Like so is like Konami is the same way. We have offices in all these different European countries, right. And you have to in coordinating between those countries and those offices is a quite time consuming task. Now, when we talk to offices like Konami Europe or Sony Europe, they want games as soon as possible and get it into right. gamers' hands, right? But look at it from the developer's point of view or the publisher. You have a game that's already in English, and then are you just going to sit on it and then wait? And sit on it, translate into European languages, and then release them all at the same time, or are you just going to put out the English one first? That's kind of the issue at hand, I think. So, I mean, I understand your guys' frustration, and we're working really hard to make sure that MGS4 is a worldwide simultaneous release, which is a big step, and I think it's encouraging for the industry. But unfortunately, for other titles, like for example, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops Plus and the original Portable Ops, sometimes we have Christmas to deal with. If we have an English version and a Japanese version ready, we're gonna push that out before Christmas, no matter what. You know, so it's kind of the reality of it, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, but I guess I can totally relate, because actually before I got into the industry, it's like I would like be reading like game magazines, and then they would have all the announcements for games coming out in Japan first.
Right.
And of course, the US version would come later. This is like, back in the day when simultaneous releases, weren't all that common.
Right.
But then like from the player's point of view, you never thought of what's involved in the localization.
Sure.
It's just but then after getting into the industry, then it's like it clicked. Oh, there's this process. So, but I completely understand where Warrior's coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I thought you were gonna say you read a lot of magazines like Edge, which I love looking through Edge, because they'll have reviews of games that came out like a year ago. like in North America, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Like Final Fantasy 12 was really, really late in Europe, and but yeah, I remember being in junior high and going to like an import game shop, and there's Final Fantasy 7 sitting there, and it was a year early, before it came to North America, and it was very exciting. So I picked it up and studied a lot of Japanese and tried to play. It was really kind of a milestone for me, at least. Did you import any games? Did you do that when you were studying Japanese at all?
Yeah, actually, like when I did visit Japan, like this was like back when I was in high school, but I picked up, the DBZ Dragon Ball games. Yeah, because like
you're all about the manga and anime
and the whole fighting.
Yes,
that's why people think I'm violent, but I'm not. But yeah, so actually, that's really a good way to like learn Japanese, because like as you're having fun, it's like you're subconsciously learning. So yeah, games, that's an awesome way to pick up the language.
Has anybody ever told you that you have like anime or manga style Japanese? Like you're picking up different weird terms from there?
You should have heard my Japanese when I first started. I was pretty much talking like Goku from Dragon Ball.
That's
like
really
rough.
Amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, quite a few embarrassing moments.
Right.
But yeah, actually my sister's a fiance. He actually bought a particular TV, so like the resolution's fine enough so he could read the kanji. That's
cool.
that's really hardcore.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, he was really interested in Japanese, so that helped him a lot.
Yeah.
Playing games.
Totally. Well, for most people in the States, when you graduate high school, you get like graduation money from parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles. I got about $1,200 when I graduated, and my graduation gift for my parents actually was a trip to Japan. I really wanted to go, and so it was my third time there, and I stayed for about 10 days, and I went to Akihabara, and I spent $1,200.
Are you kidding?
Games. And I looked through all these. Like a lot of them were good. I also bought Metal Gear Solid Integral for the original PlayStation. I bought tons of stuff, and I really kind of regret it.
But I can totally understand. It's like a wonderland.
Yeah, it is. And but yeah, I had a lot of fun with my money. I didn't invest it and didn't put it towards any college books, but
well spent.
Well spent. I guess so. So, do you want to move on to Critical Care?
Okay.
From South Korea.
Okay, what games are you looking forward to for 08?
That's a good question. So how about you? You want to start, Christine?
Yeah, actually, the game I want to check out, it's coming out today.
Right.
I don't know if it's a coincidence. Yeah, it is a coincidence, but it's coming out today. It's the new Smash Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
What do they call it? It's like Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers X.
It's Dairanto's Smash Brothers.
Right.
But yeah, it's coming out for the Wii, and I've been like waiting for that to come out. I saw the commercial the other day, and I was just like, yeah, that's something I got to pick up. But thing is, hopefully I can pick it up today.
Yeah, there's rumors going around that it's very limited.
That's what I heard.
If you didn't pre-order, your chances of you getting it's quite slim.
Right.
Unless you line up.
Right.
Like in the morning, a friend of mine went out and checked out the lines, and he said there's literally hundreds of people lined up to buy it on a Thursday morning. What do these people do?
It's like, oh, they
Don't
suddenly
they have
got
jobs?
sick.
Don't they have jobs? But yeah, good for them. They like Smash Brothers. They're gonna be able to play as Snake in the game. There's actually that's not the only Metal Gear element in the game. And I'm surprised that some of the stuff hasn't leaked onto the internet yet, because sites like Kotaku and Joystick have been listing all the different spoilers in the game, and a lot of the stuff that we prepared, hasn't really appeared yet. So
sweet,
something
that means. Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to that.
Yeah, if you can get it tonight. Like Staya's open till midnight, so you might be cool, but it might be sold out. I don't know.
I'm guessing, yeah, I probably will, but I'll still try.
Yeah, definitely. And so, are you hooked? Is your Wii online?
My Wii, yes, it is.
So you can play.
Yes.
Multiplayer, which is the only reason why I would actually buy this game, aside from the Metal Gear elements, is that I usually don't really understand the whole idea behind playing fighting games by yourself. I mean, I know there's a cool single player mode in this game, which is cool, but I mean, I get tired of just fighting the CPU.
It's so much more fun with like a live opponent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or bringing friends over to play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good deal. Anything else you're looking forward to?
Let's see. Another one that's coming out today as well. The new Devil May Cry.
Right.
Thing is, I need to get my PS3 first.
Right. Or you can borrow it from your mom.
True. I'll just jack it. Extra large suitcase.
Right. Totally. And they actually had a big event last Thursday in Roppongi Hills. You know, we used to have an office there. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't. You're kidding.
This is really cool. They rented out the Toho Cinemas, which is I think still the nicest movie theater in all of Tokyo.
It is nice. It is nice.
And they showed off, I think it was like a 3 or 4 hour event, showing off the game, a lot of the cutscenes, and they gave out all this different
you're kidding.
stuff to big guests. So Mr. Kojima was there, Ken was there to check it out, and it sounds like a lot of fun. I guess my invitation got lost in the mail.
Oh, so it wasn't open to the public; it was invitation only.
Right, exactly.
I see. Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, I really want to check that out. But as for me, I'm not looking forward to any games in 2008 until I finish all the ones I bought in 2007, which is probably putting me in about July, August, before I can probably buy any more new games.
That's probably if you really work at it, too.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good stuff to get through in 2007. I'm sure listeners are in the same boat. You could really be playing all year, all the good stuff that came out last year, and be just catching up with all that good stuff. So, well, do you want to move on to Adam from Wales, United Kingdom?
I was inspired by the guy who wrote in on the KP Report session 76. On the run-up to MGS4, I'm going to play through the games in chronological order as well, except I'm probably not going to play with my girlfriend. She absolutely hates anything to do with Metal Gear Solid. This is because for the year that MGS3 Subsistence Online was up, she barely saw me, and on Valentine's Day last year, I played in the official Konami-hosted tournament instead of taking her out. I think the other reason that she hates Metal Gear is that her first tattoo was something that symbolized our love and our relationship, whereas my first tattoo was of the Fox logo.
This guy is friggin' hardcore. I love this. And he's actually referring to something that Mark and I talked about last week. We brought up an email from a guy named, is it Sevenar? He was talking about how his girlfriend prefers to watch Metal Gear be played rather than playing it herself.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so that actually triggered a lot of responses from listeners, including this one from Ease from the U.S., which happens to be Savinar's girlfriend, who wrote in as a response to the email that her boyfriend wrote in the previous week. So you want to read it off?
Okay. I noticed you asked, what about the gameplay deterred me from playing it myself? I'd like to state flat out that it had nothing to do with the killing aspect. In fact, God of War is one of my favorite games, so violence is no barrier for me. As you surmise, the MGS series is made up of games in which stealth, gained only through patience, and it is precisely this patience which I lack. I am a fan of running into a room with guns blazing, then tranquilizing a guard from around the corner, and this strategy is a great way to get yourself killed in MGS, which I do repeatedly, every time I pick it up. But my vested interest is in the storyline, and my undying fangirl love for Solid Snake mean that I must know what happens, and watching a 7-hour play is fine by me. Thanks for your interest in our story.
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice that she wrote back and kind of cleared things up that had nothing to do with the violent aspects of Metal Gear Solid, but really lacking that patience, you know. And it's always been... I brought this up for one other reason, actually, is because when I first got my hands on Metal Gear Solid Mobile, you showed it to me. It was like 2 a.m. We were passing through the entryways of Midtown, and you said you had a new build on your on the cell phone. I picked it up, and you know, when somebody's going to show you Metal Gear real quick, right? You got to just run and gun. It's you have to be patient when you're playing through any Metal Gear title for the most part. So I know exactly what she's talking about. If you don't have patience, if you don't have time to kind of sit down and enjoy it, you're not going to really find what's so intriguing about the series.
Yeah, actually, that's the exact same thing that happened to me. Like when I first played Metal Gear Solid 3, actually was my first experience, but I was just dying the whole time and because I didn't have that patience in the beginning, but then I learned to appreciate it.
Right.
And as I was playing, I found myself my breath would actually be more subdued than normal. So actually, it was a really, really unique experience, and it taught me a lot about patience.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why we've talked about what are the pros and cons of having a demo of our games in game shops. For example, you go there and you can on a kiosk you can play a new Metal Gear game, like say for example MGS4 or Portable Ops. Is it worthwhile for Metal Gear because sometimes you have people waiting behind you,
exactly,
or people are watching you play, and that always kind of encourages you to play through it more quickly than usual, rather than sit down at home and play it. So it's always an interesting conversation that we always have here. So hopefully with Metal Gear Solid Mobile, you can just download it while you're in the comfort of your own home and kind of play through at your own pace.
Nice peace and quiet. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So unless you have anything else you want to bring up, I might just wrap up this program because I've got a lot of stuff to do, as I'm sure
can imagine.
You do too.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be back next week, hopefully with Platypus Assassin, who's on his deathbed right now, playing Smash Brothers, which I think he found a place that was selling it a day early. And,
how lucky.
So he's been playing that. He's been sick, quote unquote. He couldn't make it to the program today.
Right.
Wonder what's really going on there, my friend Mark. But yeah, he's gonna be back on the program. We're gonna be tackling a lot of listener mail, and maybe we'll have another update about what happens today in New York with Metal Gear Solid Mobile. Let's see if there's any other information that comes out of that.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
We'll be sure to update you guys on that. And I really appreciate you coming on the show. It's always
problem.
fun.
Thanks for having me.
And we should have you on again with Aki or with Mark or Ken. I mean, a lot of fun. We got to get you in here with Ken. Former coworkers, former Konami Hawaii. It would be epic.
That would be awesome.
Thanks to everybody for listening, and check back next week for another program.
Bye-bye.